The Wolf of Wall Street portrays a young aspiring stock trader named Jordan Belfort who makes tens of millions of dollars from frauds and lives a very extravagant lifestyle till he is eventually exposed by the FBI and sent to jail. Though the film, at 3 hours long, provides an in-depth view of Jordan's lavish life, it doesn't provide much insight into how Jordan actually made that much money. We are simply shown a montage from when Jordan starts Strand Oakmont in an old garage to exploding into a large-scale securities firm. So what exactly did Jordan Belfort do, and why did it take so long to catch him? Well, starting off, Jordan Belfort was arrested on 2 accounts, being securities fraud and money laundering. Securities fraud is how he accumulated his wealth, and money laundering is how he made this money usable. Jordan's sales experience actually dates far before he delves into the financial realm. His first experience with sales was at a very young age when Jordan and his friend sold Italian ice treats to local beachgoers. In their very first summer, they were able to sell $20,000 worth of Italian ice treats. Moving on, in his early 20s, Jordan began a door-to-door meat selling business, and he was able to sell 5,000 pounds in just his first week of operation. Clearly, Jordan was a very talented salesman, and he had been developing this skill for several years. And he would end up employing these same tactics in his securities company, Stratton Oakmont. In his company, his main money-creating strategy was using penny stocks to his advantage. Penny stocks are stocks of a company with a very low market cap or market valuation. Oftentimes, these companies are worth less than $100,000. As a result, their stock trades for just a couple of pennies. Technically, a penny stock can be worth up to $2 a share or $5 in some cases. To new investors, this often looks pretty attractive, as you can grow your money several-fold if the stock just rises a few cents. For example, if you buy a certain penny stock for 2 cents a share and you sell it for 10 cents a share a week later, you will grow your money 5-fold. But the problem with penny stocks is that most of them will never grow, and there is no way to predict which ones will grow. As a result, buying penny stocks is basically gambling on the stock market. Given these concerns, it is very difficult to sell these stocks to seasoned investors, so there is often a large commission, upwards of 50%. One of the biggest questions that surface is how do customers not notice that these firms charge 50% commission? Well, first of all, during this time, internet was not something most people had access to, so they can't just go and check the current price online. Furthermore, these commissions often came from the seller side as opposed to the buyer side. Owners of penny stock companies would sell their stock to security firms like Stratton Oakmont for a huge discount in order to motivate them to sell them to customers. And this is where commissions up to 50% came from. This is the money that Jordan's sales associates would make. Given the difficulty of selling these stocks, Jordan hatched a plan to sell them to seasoned investors after building credibility. What Jordan would do is start off by selling blue stocks or reputable company stocks to clients. Once these made a substantial gain, Jordan would call these clients again and pressure them to buy penny stocks. And given the gains of the blue stocks, investors would often fall into a trap and buy into the penny stocks. Jordan would write scripts that his sales associates would follow, allowing them to make several grand every single day. Rooms filled with such sales associates making high-pressure calls are called boiler rooms. And though some sales tactics they employed may be illegal, for the most part, though ethically terrible, this was perfectly legal. However, this is not where Jordan made his fortune. Jordan would use his boiler rooms to run a pump and dump operation with penny stocks. You see, penny stocks actually have incredible potential. It's their unpredictability that makes them a terrible investment. But what if you could artificially control their value? You could make millions very quickly, and this is precisely what Jordan did. He would buy big portions of various penny stocks under different people's names. Then, he would get his sales associates to go out and sell these penny stocks. This sudden increased demand would skyrocket the price of the penny stock, at which point Jordan would sell his shares, making millions. When he cashed out by selling his shares, the stock price would plummet, costing his clients millions of dollars. Using this strategy, Jordan was able to make upwards of $50 million a year. Now, a pump and dump scheme is a serious securities fraud, and this is what the FBI was looking to catch Jordan for. Considering this, 95% of his business was actually technically legitimate. But given the extremely shady ethical behavior of Stratton Oakmont, federal prosecutors and SEC officials denied that Stratton Oakmont was a real Wall Street firm, whether literally or figuratively. In fact, the SEC was very keen on investigating the activity going on in Stratton Oakmont since it opened in 1989, but it wasn't until 1996 that the firm would officially be closed. So why did it take so long to bust Jordan Belfort? Well, as Jordan didn't buy any of these penny stocks under his own name and transfer a lot of the money to Swiss banks, it was very difficult for the FBI to link any of the money trails to Jordan Belfort and build evidence against him. Given all of this, how did Jordan spend the millions he made using pump and dump schemes, given that the FBI was tracking him from very early on? And how did the FBI eventually expose Stratton Oakmont's underlying fraud? If you would like to know, then make sure to drop a like and consider subscribing to see these questions logically answered. But until then, I'm Hari, and I'll see you guys on the next one.